Hey y'all, it's your girl Ke-nijah Monae, and we are here at Ke-nijah Monae Talks. In this space, you are seen, valued, and celebrated. We will be talking to all types of artists and creatives, talking about healing through the lens of arts, honest conversation, and vulnerability. So go grab your tea, go grab that robe, and let's relax. Let's get cozy and make something beautiful together. All right, y'all, we have a wordsmith in the room. We have a poet, a visionary. He's an artist, multi-talented. Let's give it up for my boy AOR, otherwise known as Shaq. Let's give it up. Hey, goodbye.
What's good?
What's good? I'm glad that you're finally here.
Yes,
I'm glad that we're finally able to do this. And yes, I love it. On a scale through 1 through 10, how you feeling right now?
I'm a even 9. I'm a 9.
Okay.
Today was a day.
Okay, what was that
Today
like?
was it. I got stuck in the elevator today.
You got stuck in the elevator?
I got stuck in the elevator today.
How was that?
Surprisingly very, very, very calm.
You were calm? Was it your first time ever being stuck in the elevator?
Yes, absolutely. But what was I gonna do?
So
Freak
what
out?
You did?
I pushed the button. I pushed the help button.
Okay.
The people called. I talked to the people. And they were like, all right, we're gonna get a technician out. And I'm like, all right, cool.
And how long was that?
I waited, and then they called me back, and it was like, call 911. I was like, all right, cool. So I called 911, and then the fire department came, and then they opened the elevator, and then I climbed up, and then, I was unstuck. But, that happened.
That sounds like a setup, a Final Destination, or a
movie. I heard that today.
Kudos to you for being calm, because I would have been like, what's going on?
I just sat down.
What's going on?
Chilled out.
Okay, but were you at a 9 before then?
I was probably at a 10. I ain't gonna hold you. That was like a little. It was like,
Okay.
But a 9 is still good because I was looking forward to this. You know what I mean? So.
And we're here. Yes. I know you've been booked and busy. I know you just got back from a trip not that long ago. But with everything going on in this new year, what are you most grateful for right now?
Right now would be balance. I feel like I'm at a place where I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of my 20s, I was gone. And when I mean like gone, like I was on the road a lot of the time and didn't have a balance between like career and family. And I'm thankful to be able to be in a space and where I have a balance between career, family, and also stability.
Trying to get like you.
Look. No.
It's the balance.
You learn it as it comes along, but like, nah, for a long time, like when I say like from 19, you know what I mean, up until like probably 29, but securely 30 was like, okay, I can travel when I want to, but like I also gotta maintain certain stuff at home. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that just comes with age. You know what I mean? At 19, I could be irresponsible to a degree, but by the time I'm 25, like, bro, what you doing? Like, where have you came from? All right, do you have a more stable job? Are you making more, you know what I mean? Are you traveling more? Are you know what I mean? I also have taken a lot of risks as an artist, you know what I mean? I did a self-funded tour 2021.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. I did a self-funded tour. Lived on the road for like 3 months. And that in and of itself I think that was probably what solidified a lot of stuff for me. One, being away from Rochester for a long time, you just get to see and meet so many different people. There are cities in where I walked in and I was planning on only popping in for an open mic.
Right.
And I end up getting a feature and I end up getting paid. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, a lot of the times here you hear a lot of people, oh, it's so hard here, it's this, it's that, it's that. And I don't want to say that it's not hard. I would definitely say, depending on where you at in your artistry, it can be hard. It definitely gets to a level where it's a lot easier. Yeah. But that does require a lot of work. On the other side, though, it has been very easy. St. Louis? I've literally gotten off of a plane in St. Louis, went to an art show, 20 minutes off a plane, and walked away with 2 features and a radio interview. And these people don't know me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, no, that's not going to happen in Rochester. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen here. So, you know, just taking those chances. You also, for my tour, it's hard being out there. I ran into sundown towns. That was probably the craziest thing.
Okay, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to let you finish.
Look, that was probably the craziest. That was probably a real crazy thing. Okay. But also the people who check up on you, right? It's easy for people to be in your face or, right, when you hear or they need you to do something, right? But by me being gone for 3 months, right, these people are also dealing with their own day-to-day. And they're no slight to that. But what about those people who are dealing with their day-to-day but still check on me while I'm on the road, right? Yeah. It wasn't that many people. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, that puts more things in perspective, because what I always realize is, you know, what I came to realize was there are times in where we have self-obligations to people, and at the end of the day, they're going to figure it out. When they back up against the wall, they're going to figure it out. Exactly. And they're going to figure it out with or without you. And that's fine, and that's great. So why put all that burden and that pressure on you to do that or to be there for you, right?
Not you preaching right now. Okay.
So when I got back, it was a lot more of, okay, I done been gone for 3 months. So if I go for a show for a weekend, if I go for a show for a week, and y'all gonna be fine. I know y'all gonna be fine because I've been gone for 3 months. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool.
All right, so now I got a lot of follow-up questions just from this part. So how did you figure out where you wanted to travel to for your self-funded tour?
So,
and where did you travel to? Sorry.
It was steps. So the initial step was, so I got, we can say this now. I'm not on NDA no more. So I was working at a charter school. We won't say names, but I was working at a charter school. While I was at this charter school, they knew that I was doing business consultations, project consultations or whatever. I got approached to consult on a separate school, which was a middle school. They found out they didn't like it, and they decided not to renew my contract. I had never signed a contract. Then they approached me with, hey, yo, sign this NDA to not talk about us for 3 months, and we'll pay you your full salary. Cool. All right. Yeah, bet. I'll take the whole summer off and y'all pay me. And I'm going to take your money and fund a tour. So that's kind of where that went, because I needed to, I had dedicated the last 4 years of my life to this school, to the students, to the curriculum. I created 2 classes myself. I was going back to school. Like, it was a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I was here. So, like, for them to belittle that, when I'm a very straightforward person, you know what I mean? There were days where, yo, I'm not coming into work because I got booked to do this. You know what I mean? So I'm going to use my PTO and I'm going to go do this. And they're like, you know what? All right, that's fair, right? You hired me knowing that I was an artist. Right. You hired me because you're like, yo, you being an active artist is going to enrich our students, right? Yeah. why do you think that I'm going to stop that? You know what I mean? Mind you, again, right? This was the job I took when I was 24. So, like, I'm still young. Like, and like I said, in my 20s, like, we were going. Literally, I got hired for this job, and I had to go and coach nationals in 2 weeks. I said, I'll take the job, but I have to go to Colorado for a week. So, like, I don't know what to tell you. They're like, oh, no, go do what you got to do. All right, cool. Yeah. But now, 4 years later, you got an issue with it. Yeah, nah, I'm good. So I did the tour, mainly to go and find something that I can't tell people, like, what I want, but I can always say what I don't want. Or I can say, you know what I mean, what's missing. So, like, that was the point of the tour. I didn't know what I was looking for. I just knew it was out there. Okay. So then what I started was, where did I have people that I knew, right? Cities that I had already featured at. Those are places I could stay longer. Places that I have people who have homes, I could stay there longer. And then from there, I looked up open mics in cities that I may just, like, pick up a hotel room in. Or it may be a city that I went to, but, like, they may have a festival around this certain time. So I built the whole...
You were being, like, your own agent at this point. Oh, your own manager at this point. Okay, y'all better take notes.
So I'm taking notes. Yeah. Like, so it's a lot of research. Like, it was like 2 months of research that happened prior to actually leaving in August. So, you know, and then even being out there is everything that you have to navigate that you may not think that you have to navigate. You know what I mean? Like, weather was a big thing. Some days driving, like, it was some days where I was driving like 16 hours because...
And you were alone doing this, or did you have, like, friends?
No, I was by myself.
Okay.
So I had a feature in Virginia at like 9 p.m. one night. But then I had a feature in St. Louis the next day at like 7. And it's like a 14-hour drive. So, like, I did the feature and literally hopped in the car and I was like, yo, I should get some sleep. I'm like, no, bro, like, go get a Red Bull.
Dedicated over here. I respect it.
And just hit it. Like, and okay. I made it in time. It was lit. It was dope.
No, that's very inspiring. You just, like, inspired me because I did not know that you did all that. And you really don't hear a lot of people say that they did their own self-funded tour, especially, like, you know, artists or celebrities we look up to. They have, like, a record label team that does all that. But I fully respect that you did that. And, like, you just inspired me. Like, oh, shoot, like, we can be out here doing what we see, you know, the people we look up to do. It takes a level of dedication and sacrifice, but I also love the fact that you had the room to balance and be true to yourself and your craft. So I definitely love that. I'm gonna come back to that Sundown question, but I did have a question that I just thought of. Like, what have been some difficulties you faced in trying to be true to yourself as an artist?
I think the main thing is, when you are an artist and you are serious about your craft, naturally you're gonna get good. At the point in where you get good, you have people who then try to project what they think you should do with your craft on you. So the main thing be like, why you not famous? Or why you not doing this? Or you don't want to do that and you don't want to da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, bro, like, chill. Like, not to say like thank you, appreciate the art, but like, I personally have a hard time with people telling me what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, you tell me what I'm gonna do, and guess what? that may have been what I was gonna do, but now I'm gonna probably do the opposite. You know what I mean? But the reason why I create art is because I enjoy art. I enjoy art, and I have enjoyed art like since I was a kid. So I want to give back to what has given back to me, what has brought me peace. It's not about like fame and all that. Like, absolutely, I want to be arguably the best at what I do. Yeah. But like, no, if we're talking about money, like we can make a lot of more money doing a lot other stuff, you know? Yeah. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel like with you as an artist, you kind of get in this position where you're deemed as a role model or put on a pedestal for certain things, or in a sense you're in the spotlight? And
yes.
Do you ever struggle with, hey, I don't want to be a role model, or I don't want to be this person that's put on a pedestal that you look up to. I just want to be me. Like, do you ever like struggle with that?
I don't know if it's a struggle. I can say that I have had difficulties brought to me because of that.
Okay. What has that been like?
Me personally, I don't believe that I'm a role model. That is not necessarily what my artist statement is. Mm-hmm. However, I can also understand how me being an inner city kid coming from, you know what I mean, what I've come from, and being here could be testimonial, right? One thing that I learned in college that honestly shifted a lot of how I looked at things were we have labels. We have labels that we see ourselves as, and we have labels that other people ascribe to us, right? Whether we agree with them or not. Mm-hmm. Now, typically when we think about the ones that we don't agree with, right, we think about the negative ones.
Yeah.
But there are positive ones too, right? So everything changed for me when I was teaching my high school class and students are talking about, all right, yeah, who's your role model? And one of the kids was like, yeah, Mr. Payne. Like, he comes to my house, like he check on me, he do da 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 da, right? And I'm like, me, I'm over here, right? I'm like, bro, I could barely remember to take out like meat to defrost to eat and feed myself. You know what I'm saying? And you're telling me like, you think I'm a role model, but like for me, it's like, I got to sit back and think for him, right? His perception. I can't talk about my perception. I don't know how he perceives me. Right? For him, I'm a role model. So in some regard, right, as I've gotten older, there are things that, one, I want to progress in life with and things that have changed. I still would not necessarily say I'm a role model. Mm-hmm. I will say that I preach positivity. I preach that you are human and you should be flawed. And it is okay to be flawed. You know what I mean? I think the main thing that we get from society or feel as people is that we can't be imperfect. But like we look at, right? You look at the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is beautiful because it's imperfect. Yes. You know what I mean? Like the masterpieces that we love are imperfect. They are Starry Night. Mm-hmm. My man did impressionism. They're like, what's this? Right?
Yeah.
You put Starry Night. People who don't even know art know Starry Night. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you know, that's where I want to come from. Imperfection breeds progression, not perfection, but progression.
You preaching. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, this conversation is too fruitful for me. I love it. Okay, so I know we've been talking about like art and your self-tour. How has art brought you out of dark into lightness? Because I know you said, you know, with your art, you want to share a lot of positivity and help people. So how has art helped you?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. There are times in where art has been the only positive thing that I was doing. I would say a major shift was 19. My best friend passed away. And I'm gonna be honest, after that, it was kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like, not making the best decisions. But the only decisions that I did make that were good for me were in regards to my art. You know what I mean? I did know that I wanted to continue poetry. I did know that I wanted to travel. So like in those regards, I was making good choices. In other regards, very reckless, very, very self-destructive. And that went on for a while. I'm not even gonna lie. Like that went on for a while, probably until like late 21, 22. And then there was a point in time in where, I don't know what people believe in, God, source, higher power, whatever. I got a message that was like, yo, like, how dare you try and take yourself away from people who may need you in the future? I'm in the present. You want me to talk about the future? You want me to worry about people in the future? Don't nobody need me in the future? And then, wait, hold up. I don't know the future. I can't see the future. So how dare I take myself away from people in the future? Same year as 19, I ended up having to get a pacemaker. And initially, I had the choice of getting a pacemaker or not getting a pacemaker. My initial choice was not to get the pacemaker. My mom didn't agree with it. My mom's friends didn't agree with it. There's a lot of people, my friends didn't agree with it. Ultimately, I was kind of like, okay, cool, but it's my choice. And I choose not. And that's what I got, right? How dare you take yourself away from people who may need you in the future? And at 19, you don't think about what you could be in the future. You don't think about how many people's lives you may intercept, encounter, impact, inspire, whatever it may be. And it's like, yo, that's wow. So yeah.
Wow, that's a lot to take in. That's a lot to take in. And I love that you don't look like what you've been through. And I would have never known. Like, I'm like inspired and starstruck at the same time as you're talking. Like, oh my gosh, like you're just so great.
Be chilling.
So great. And like now I'm curious. It's like when I see you on stage, like you have this presence about you that's very like, I know who I am, but you have a sense of authority that you walk in. And I don't know if you have ever seen him perform spoken word and slam poetry, but like you the GOAT first. Say that, you the GOAT. But it's just like, how do you embody so much confidence? And not only that, like how do you prep yourself? I don't want to use the word for perform because I know as artists it's beyond performing, but how do you prep yourself to share an experience through poetry, through words?
I think so. One, a lot of the great performers, poets that I know, they sit with their work a lot longer than people think, right? So what the audience sees is the final.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's probably 16 to 24 hours, man hours, you know what I mean, that is put into refining that piece, looking at that piece, rehearsing that piece, memorizing that piece. And sometimes it's a lot more, you know what I mean? And a lot of the times I'm sitting with my pieces. Like, there may be a piece that I have memorized and I'm like, all right. And I'm like, nah. As you perform, it becomes like, it's a feel. It's a feel where it's like, I may want to perform this piece, but this piece not ready yet.
I felt that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then you may go through something in life and it may click something and you be like, that's what it is. Like, that's it, right? Now even peep this. So being a slam poet and competing a lot, you create a lot of pieces, right? There are some pieces that I created back in 2015, right, that I performed for years. But now I revisit them and I perform and I was like, the performance is completely different. It feels completely different because I've went through something in life that's allowed me to understand the piece more. And that's what it is. I feel like when I get on stage, it's not about me anymore. It's about the piece. These words were given to me in these ways for this specific reason. I'm here to share them for this specific reason. How dare I get in the way? So it's, you know what I mean? It's a surrender because every time I perform, I'm still equally nervous. You know what I mean?
Tell. And I feel offended that you said. But I get what you're saying.
I'm gonna do it. It's one of those things where it's like, all right.
Tell, though.
At this point, I've done this thousands of times, right? So it's like, all right, you can be scared, but like, you know, you're still gonna do it. You know, you're still gonna do it. So like, why go through all that? Why go through all that feeling when it's like, all right, feel it. All right, nope. We on stage. All right, and go. I think the hardest thing was probably I did a one-man show at Jiva.
Spoken, like slam?
Everything.
Oh, okay.
Spoken word, music. The point of it was to create a show where I brought the audience in as a part of the show, but the show still didn't deter from where I wanted everybody to get to. So I ended up doing the entire script, doing all the skits, doing the lighting, the staging, literally full production. But then I got up there opening night and I was like, oh my gosh, like if I forget, I don't have nobody to rely on. Like once I start, like with slam poetry, my thing is once you start, you just ride the roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
But that's only 3 minutes. We're talking about an hour-long show, right?
You gotta memorize everything. Gotta deliver it in the way
that was scary.
You want to.
That was scary, but it was also great. So I did that for a whole weekend. But after that was kind of more of I can't really imagine anything harder than that. Yeah. You know? Been doing a lot of behind the scenes production, stage plotting, sound, stage management, artist management, silent curating, like giving ideas to people.
I didn't know that. I'm learning a lot about you right now. I love it.
Well, yeah,
You're like a hidden gem. Like you just have like this. I don't know. It's like you got something in your hand, in your pocket, and it's like, oh, I do this too. And I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't know that.
Well, it's like my thing is one, right? Everybody is trying to do or create and have platforms.
Yeah.
There was a point where we didn't have platform, like as many open mics as we have right now. Like
this is an open mic.
This is a golden age. We only had Tajays, right? And Tajays, I used to have to beg to get into Tajays because I wasn't 21. I was 19, begging to get into Tajays. And then I performed at Obsessions with Grace Flores. And I was begging to get in there, right? And Grace came to the door and I'm like, look, I don't want nothing to drink. I don't want none of this. Y'all got an open mic. I'm just trying to spit. So she let me spit. And then she passed word on to Bear. So Bear used to let me come into Tajay's, and used to have the marks on our hands, all that. That was the only, like, we had 2 open mics. We had 2. There wasn't any like young artists for real. It was everybody who is probably a generation or 2 ahead of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's a flood. It's a surplus. It's great. It's amazing. I don't think that artists who are coming up now really understand that, though. You know what I mean? This is
like the work that it takes beyond just performing.
Yeah, like this is community work.
Yeah.
Like I've sat with boards. I've sat with the city of Rochester. I've sat with people who are coming up with after school programs.
Yes.
I've taught and did
work.
like workshops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I am a teacher. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's something else too. Like I realize that a lot of artists, like active artists, are either social workers or teachers.
That is so. My bad. Would you still?
No, that's that. Like
I love that you touched on that, because hearing you talk and even like your story, like you can hear and experience the grind and hustle that you had, but also too, I feel like people fail to realize that you can't have art and you can't have community without art. And that not only that, like art is just beyond performing or admiring or being entertained. Like I can speak for me, like dance art has helped me through a lot of things, but it also teaches you a lot of things. It helps you with confidence, public speaking, a lot of other life skills that I feel like people try to diminish. And so I love that you said that, like, you know, I've sat with people, you know, and shared my art. And not only that they've been able to respect your art, and you've been able to provide a plethora of things just through your avenue of art. So,
you know what I mean? Even
respect.
just taking it beyond just the art, you know what I mean? Just, you have to be active in some other thing.
Yes.
I don't believe in, magically one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be a famous poet and I'm going to make millions of dollars and then I'm going to solve the problems in my community, right?
It's hand in hand.
I need to be active in my community so my community knows me, so then I can build, you know what I mean? Like everything. And this is stuff that I've been passionate about since I was a teenager. You know what I mean? Like this is not new thing, like you're an activist.
Yeah.
Look.
And I love that what I'm hearing too is that you're not focused on being famous or recognized. You're just doing your work. You're doing your mission. Like how you said, like, how dare I leave the people that care about me? You know, that was your message. But I love that, because I feel like sometimes with the age and generation we are in with technology, you know, some people are so quick to want to go viral and be trendy and be known. And my motto is I care about impact more than fame. Like, don't get me wrong, you do got to eat. You got to survive.
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that you found balance to be able to tend to your family, but also travel and make means as an artist. That's the ultimate goal. But who people that's famous don't even want to be famous.
They don't.
You know?
And then now, right? Everything else that's been coming out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, there has been opportunities. But they just been a little fishy. You know what I mean? We're not gonna get into that.
That's okay. I do want to get into I do want to get into, because I've never been in a sundown town or city. What was that like for you, especially as a black man? Especially as a black man.
One, there obviously is not really any signals.
How did you know that it was?
So this is what happened.
Okay.
I needed gas, right? So this
perfect, right?
This is a habit that I have.
Perfect
and
scenario for
my
a movie.
my mom tells me I need to be better.
You was on E.
I will ride until it is under a quarter tank. You know what I mean? And like when you got like 13 to 20 miles in between exits, you know what I mean, it can get a little sticky.
This sounds like a setup.
So look. So it's like 3 in the morning.
We know something bad about that.
Look, it's like 3 in the morning, right? And I'm driving. I'm right, and I'm like, oh wait, that one closed.
You
all
know
right.
yourself?
Yeah, this is on the tour. This happens on the tour.
You're right. You did say that.
So driving, I'm like, all right, next stop, hop off, pull up, see the gas station. So like, walk into the gas station. And
Yeah, I'm scared.
I'm laughing because in hindsight, it's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? But in the moment, it was one of those like, gotta get out of here. All right. So you walk into the gas station, and like I walk in, and I see 3 white dudes, right? And they like slowly turn and look at me. You could tell that they was talking, and then something just wasn't funny. And they all looked at me, and I did one of these little, like, I opened it, I surveyed, and I did a beeline right back out. Went straight to my car, hopped in the car. They coming out, chasing the car. Skirt! I'm out of here, right? I'm like, damn. All right, what do I do now? How do I figure this out? It's 3 in the morning. I got like less than a quarter tank of gas, so I got to go to the next place. But what if that place is like this place, right? Luckily, it wasn't. It was a brown person, not a us brown person, I guess. But it.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. I'm like, yeah, let me get 25 on 7.
Well, I'm glad you got out of there.
But nah, yeah.
Safe, alive, breathing.
It was definitely a different thing. I have been in a sundown town in the daytime. We had did a show out in Lakeview, somewhere down south of Buffalo. And we were driving. It's like me and 4 other black men doing a poetry show. We got booked. They booked us. They're paying us. We turned the corner. Nothing but flags on every single light post going down the entire road. Like this road is like a mile long. Like everybody's like,
still have to deal with that is crazy.
All right, guys. So we're clearly about to go here, do this poetry, and then we're going home before the sun sets because.
And did y'all perform before the sunset?
Oh yeah, this was like 3 p.m.
Okay.
We were going by like 4:30.
Good.
It was also the summer, so we were good.
Okay.
But like, no, yeah, it's definitely very prevalent. Definitely still a real thing.
Okay.
There is no way to know.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious because I'm like, you watch movies, you hear about it. I've never experienced it. I hope I never have to, but it's sad that it still exists. It's 2026, y'all. All right, so are you ready for a game?
All right, we can do a game.
Okay. So it's like a wordsmith game. It might be a little corny. You've probably done this with your youth. I don't know, but we're gonna play a game. We're gonna do sentence starters, but you can only use 2 words. So if I said like I went, then you'll say something, but it has to be 2 words. Yeah, but you have to do it with some cadence, some type of emotion. Okay. And the first person to freeze is the loser.
All right, you might beat me because I'm bad on the spot. I'm bad on the spot, though.
I'm bad on the spot, too, but it's fine.
All right, we're going to do this.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
No, you start. See, you're going to give me pressure to start, too. That's crazy.
I went
to the
store to
buy some.
Wait, no. I lost.
We didn't even get to the subject yet.
Because I was trying to figure out how I wanted to say it. Okay, let's try it again. My mom.
Name is
How am I come up with the game over that? Okay. Let's try it again. You start this time.
Okay. Today I
went to
the store
to pick
up my
notebook to. Oh wait, no. No, because notebook is one word.
notebook to
Notebook. Okay. We gonna scratch that game. Unless you want to play it again.
One more. I'll start.
Okay, come on.
My favorite
book is
the dips. Yeah, you got that. I think starting is harder.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
I got another game on standby.
Okay. I think the starting part is
we're
what's
gonna
harder.
do. You know what an onomatopoeia is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna. How would I say it? You're gonna use different words, but use that as like a rhythm beat. So if I was like, vroom, beat, 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 you know, something like that, and we're just gonna like build off of each other.
Like Buddha bop bop.
Yeah, bada boom, bing, bing.
Bing bom bom boom.
Vroom, vroom, zoom.
Zip zop zippity zoom.
Boop, 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 boop.
Bop bop bow.
Ba-da-da, boop, boop, boop.
Bing bing.
Ooh, dang. Let's try it again. I like that though. I like that. You want to start?
I actually do that with my students. My student came up to me one day. It was just started just sounds, and I was like, right? And now we just doing this back and forth, and the other students is looking like, Mister. I'm like, look, it's how you need to express right now. That's what we doing.
You want to start off?
All right. Zabada zing.
Zabity zoo 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 zing.
Hoo ha. He.
La la boom boom ding.
Boom bop badabadoo.
Babading babadoo boop boop.
Boop bop badee bop badoo bop.
Who is you talking to?
Oh, you spitting now. Look, she over here. She over here trying to. She's like. About to turn this on the radar. Might just drop.
You want to do it again?
All right.
Did you want me to start it off?
Go ahead.
Okay.
See, look, the start be the hardest.
Okay, it feels like too much pressure. Okay. 3, 5, 4, ooh.
Goobity gop doo.
Bada bing, bada boo.
Boo bobbity, dee baba.
Ooh. Lada dee, lada doo, boop, boop.
Lada dee da da day.
Hoo.
He ha ha ho.
Ha ha he, ha ha hoo.
Hoppa da doo bop.
Bobbity bing, top.
Tippity top toop toop tippity. Tippity.
Hop, drop, tippity, toot, top.
Drip drop on a drip drop, droppity droop.
Drip, drop, zoom. Hoo.
Zip zap a hoppa da hoo. Hoop hop on a hippity hip.
Hoppity hoo, hop, bean, bot, top, too.
Bada bing bang boom, bada boom ba bam, bada bing bang, bada bada boo.
Dang, I don't even know what to say. That was good. I like that.
Look, I don't know what the conversation was about.
Me either.
But we had a whole conversation.
We was chatting.
It was chatting.
I like that.
Chat.
That was good. How you feel?
I'm chilling.
You chilling?
I'm chilling.
Okay. I like that.
It's
I
dope.
like that. I feel like, we need to get something out.
Mm-hmm.
So, my next question is, because you've done a lot, and like, you're still young, and you just shared a lot on the show that I'm inspired by, and I hope others are too. So how are you right now expanding yourself as an artist?
Right now I am doing. Okay, so the things that I know that I've done for a long time, I don't want to say I'm putting them on the back burner, but I'm focusing on doing new things. So, I keep one thing active in what I am solid in. So I am currently the slam master for the North Star Poets Collective.
Shout out.
We are aiming to go to Southern Fried Slam for our second year this year. So been doing that. As an individual artist though, I have been diving more into music on a music director level. So I have been working on a project called Summer of Serotonin.
I like the title.
But I am creating everything from scratch. You know what I mean? No beats, no nothing. Working on putting together a band. We're going to do rehearsals. I have like, all right, this is the melody for this and this is the rhythm for that. And we're going to build from that because I can't read music, but I hear it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's giving real artistry. I love it.
And the big part of that is it's going to be a documentary, but mainly shot from cell phones.
Okay.
From, you know what I mean, different people's Instagram stories, Facebook stories, or just, you know what I mean, reels, compilations, and then finally doing like individual interviews after the entire project is done, and then splicing that together, and then hopefully doing a viewing at the Little. That is something that I haven't done yet, you know?
Yeah,
so
that's big.
As far as artistry for me, I'm trying to do things that I haven't done yet. On the outside of that, I'm also working with a few artists to create a national slam for up north. Southern Fried is for the regional slam, for the southern teams. They do invite northern teams. The national slams that we did have, those organizations have dissolved and they haven't been replaced. So yeah, we used to slam all the way up through Canada.
Really?
Yeah, we used to go to Toronto a lot, and trying to bring that whole thing, you know, Toronto, LA, Colorado, the whole DMV area. The DMV area is like, I don't know, it's something in the water. Like they just breed writers.
I hear
like,
that's like a very artsy scene, which I didn't know about till recently.
Yes.
You know, because I always thought like,
crazy.
oh, maybe the South, you know, Atlanta and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been hearing a lot
the
too.
DMV, because, right, you could live in DC, right? You're an hour away from Virginia, you're an hour away from Baltimore. And given what like travel be when we leave Rochester, people don't understand how like good we have it in Rochester to be able to get anywhere in 20 minutes. But like typical travel is like 45 minutes and you know what I mean, in a little bit larger city. So like driving an hour to Baltimore, they ain't batting no eyes. They do that all the time.
Yeah.
So you get 3 different communities within an hour away. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's really crazy. Philadelphia, definitely have spent a lot of time in Philly over the past few years.
They have a good art scene.
I mean, obviously, we could talk about the stars that have came out of Philly. So, you know what I mean? You know, Philly is already crazy. Even Boston. Boston has some good, you know, stuff. Cleveland. Cleveland was a city that showed me a lot of love on my tour that I was not expecting. And they also have a lot of dope artists. Cleveland is like a larger Rochester, even in the fact of I went to their beach. It looks like Charlotte. It looks like Durant, right? Except for cleaner and just bigger, right? More parking spaces. You know what I mean? Larger beach, right? They have craft beers, just like Rochester. They have like it's just like it's really like a bigger Rochester. It was kind of creepy. First time I went, I was like, I feel like I'm home, but I'm also like, 3 hours away, and then it's only like 3 hours away.
Yeah.
It's not even that far. So yeah, but they have a lot of dope artists. St. Louis, finally got to Chicago this past year. Chicago was
I love
really.
Chicago.
All right, so
Love it.
we're gonna say this,
I
right?
thought about moving there.
Everybody be talking about, oh, South Side this, South Side that. Don't go on the South Side. Chicago is so big.
And dope.
There is no reason for you to be on the South Side. It's like 45 minutes away, 30 minutes away, like.
And their art scene is just so vibrant. Like, it's just
Yeah, Chicago is
it's like anywhere you go, you're gonna be involved in some type of art, experience some type of artist, something. Like everywhere you go, art. Like.
So that's something else too. Any city that I go to, I visit their art museum. That's like, in my phone, like there's literally galleries of like art museums of every city that I've gone to. Chicago got a really dope one. Cleveland. Philly has like a 3-tier, like 3-floor. And when I mean like, they got like this atrium. It's crazy. Look, but go to the art museums. Whenever y'all travel, go to the art museums. The art museums is where it's at. And then they're also typically free or like $15 at the most. But yeah, that's something that I do. Went to the art museum in Knoxville when we went last year. That was pretty cool because they also had like outdoor like sculptures and like waterfalls and yeah.
Okay. Well, outside of spreading positivity, how would you like to be remembered? Not just as an artist, but as Shaq, as AOR. How would you like to be remembered?
I mean, I just want to be, I guess it'd be the person who just tried to obtain freedom. You know what I mean? I think like, so growing up, obviously, learned a lot about like Black history. You know what I mean? And everybody is talking about freedom, but like freedom, I feel like is a personal thing. You know what I mean? And for me, freedom is living life without any limits or any constraints. And the reality is, right, I understand that like I'm one person systematically, and obviously there is always going to be some type of constraint, but that doesn't mean that there has to be a limit. You know what I mean? So just keeping on pushing forward into that. And I mean, it seems to be working out. Like, I feel pretty chill. I feel pretty good. You know, it hasn't always been that way. And I think, again, it's that understanding that obtaining freedom or obtaining your dream or obtaining whatever you think is the final goal, that doesn't mean that you're just going to have perfect days. You know what I mean? Like, we only appreciate good because we understand bad. You know what I mean? You only appreciate the light because you understand the darkness. One can't exist without the other. So like, understanding that like, there are days where it's like, this was an overall pretty good day, but guess what? It was like 3 things that kind of pissed me off. And that's okay. You know what I mean? It didn't ruin my day.
Right.
It was, and then it could be like, yo, this was a pretty bad day. Like, this was a, you know what I mean? This was one of those days I should have just been like, think I'm gonna try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then ... happened. You know what I mean? Or ... happened. And it works both ways. Yeah. So like really just understanding that, like, I feel like I know I am the freest that I've ever been. You know what I mean? Obviously there is still room for improvement. And there are still days where it's like, you know what I mean? But I feel like that's how you figure out where you want to take your life. You know what I mean? And steer it. So
That was a good way to end off. I feel like I'm correct. I see that you're already on that path of freedom, even having that balance as an artist and as just a regular person. I commend you. I appreciate you, and I hope you all the best on your journey. And I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Because I feel so inspired after this conversation. I'm like, wow. Like, I've seen you perform, but, like, I got to learn more about you. I'm like, yo.
But, like, even seeing you, like, start this and do this, like, this right here is, like, it's like, yes, like.
But I love that you're doing everything that you sought after to do. And as you don't have no team. You don't got no agent. You don't got no manager. You're doing it all in one. And I respect that. And it's like, I've never seen a regular person I know do that. Like, you see like your celebrities, your artists that you look up to, that have that sense of fame or spotlight or publicity, but that you're doing it right now in Rochester, New York. Like, so I respect that. And
appreciate you.
I give you your props. I give you your clout because it's like, I'm telling myself, like, girl, you need to do better. You need to do better. And in a humble way, I'm seeing that you're living in that freedom, and that's where I desire to be. And to see that you're doing it, it's like, okay, it could be done. So thank you for that.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.